for Spring Awakening. Let me tell you something about this show. This show's title is not misleading. This show shows how to keep my ass awake. I mean, when you got like folks masturbating on scene, you got two kids fucking right there in front of you, you got like a kid motorboating an older woman. Where can you go wrong? Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, this is George here. If my intro didn't catch you enough, here you go. This is a show at Middlesex County College I saw last night called Spring Awakening, where it deals with a coming of age, where this is where everybody went through this. You know, I went through this, you went through this. Everybody finds out how, where babies come from. They find out what does sex feel like, They find out masturbation of all things. And you got this, and it takes place during a repressed society. I have the synopsis right here. It's Germany, 1891. Where that right off the bat can tell you, okay, these folks don't want to talk about sex a lot. I mean, this is during a time frame where even if a woman showed her bare leg, a man made a mess in his pants. Okay, definitely a man was called with egg all over him. And we are met with two characters. We have Wendela. In the show, she's called Wendela because you got to remember this takes place in Germany, so there's going to be a lot of German names being thrown around and shit. And she's coming to the age. I mean, like the kids in here are 16, 17 years old, and they're wondering. She asks her mom the all important question: where do babies come from? And her mom's like, "Oh, you came from the stork. You came from my stomach." And it's like, I really want to know. Okay, I want to know, but her mom, because it's a repressed society, her mom's all chicken shit, no. So she then goes so then we move on to a new character. This character named Melchior, or Melchior, or something. Masters of the Universe. And with a name like that, don't you think he should be in a gladiatorial arena? I mean, you see the emperor pop up and go, "Now approaching the stage, Melchior, are you not entertained?" That would be fucking awesome. And he's a school student. That's a double off right there. He's a student at a school, and this is around the time where teachers are pricks. I mean, I'm thankful for the teachers we have now. Because, this teacher is like, you screwed up, BAM! Smack you on the head with a ruler. Practically break the son of a bitch. And he's there, and he has a friend with him. It's a group of boys. And he's got a bumbling friend, which is really hard to say, because this is just a kid who's trying to go through school, dictate as much of a dictatorship as it sounds. This kid, his friend's name's Moritz. I wouldn't be surprised if they had an inside joke there calling him a moron. And it says right here in the synopsis, a boy so traumatized by puberty he can't concentrate on anything. And by that, he says, he has visions at night of a phantom appearing at him in the form of a pair of women's legs. Now, let me tell you something. If that was to happen nowadays, we would have a talk with this kid. I mean, this kid is so far gone. He can't stop thinking about a woman pair of legs for nothing. Nowadays we could tell him, okay, listen, A, you either have a sex addiction, or B, just go watch a porn for one night and you'll be fine. I mean, this kid's so far gone. This Morowitz character is so far gone. There's a scene where Melchior's mother comes in to serve him tea, and Morowitz can't stop staring at this woman's boobs. I'm like, if that was my friend, I'd deck him out of a chair. This he's one of those friend characters, because you know the main character's always got to have the dumb, bumbling friend who's like, suffering from something. It's one of those points where I'm like, how the hell did this kid become your friend? How? Sorry saying So there's a point where Melchior, and he's kind of an independent young individual. He's got his head on straight. He thinks, hey, I know the world. I know everything there is to know. I got the right stuff. And there's also a point where it's mentioned he's an atheist, which in this time frame is not a good thing to say, because even though it's approaching 1900s, it's approaching like a technological marvel, like big Renaissance era. It's not really cool because they still believe in God. There's still Bible thumping folks running around, and so he tries to help out his friend Morwitz with his problem, but at the same time he meets a girl. He meets the girl Wendola, and they get together. Sparks fly, as they usually do. A man, woman, they meet together. They fall in love. They do stupid shit. In this point, it results in a sex scene. And this one, even though it's tongue-in-cheek, which I'm pretty sure they could have fit in there along with like a fingering scene. I'm sorry, along, bad pun right there, but even though it's kind of soft-core version, it's still sex. I mean, the man pulls down his pants and you see ass, and you see him opening her shirt, and you see boobs. I'm like, are they really showing this? What the fuck? And at one point, he just goes, and I'm like freaking in my seat. I'm like, what the hell did I just watch? And I'm not lying. That's what I actually did in my seat. This show almost traumatized me. I mean, this is the point where I gotta say, I thank God that Dateline wasn't on this. I thank God there were no children in the audience, because like a lot of parents, if they're dumb enough to bring their children to go see this show, that aren't college material, that aren't college age appropriate, you're gonna have a lot of explaining to do to your little child. And another thing is, for this show, I mean, they must have went through a rigorous schedule. Sorry for saying that wrong. They must have went through a hell of a... I want to know. I know I'm mumbling my words, but I just want to know this right now. What was rehearsals like? How do you get, as an actor or actress, get your head into the mindset to know that you're going to be boning a fellow actress in a sex scene? Now, if it's a movie, that's different. There's cameras, there's a director, it's a script. It's saying, okay, in this scene, you two are going to be in bed, you're going to be on a car, you're going to be on a garbage can next to a hobo, and you two are going to be having sex. That's movies, okay? That's fine, but you're on stage, live, in front of a group of people, maybe a few members of your family, your parents, and a group of your friends, and you're looking and all this going in your head, you're like, somehow I can make this work. I'm sorry, but there would be no way in hell I could get through the friggin', excuse me, there would be no way in hell I would be able to get through the friggin', the rehearsals. Oh, but just like, that must have been a hell of a practice schedule. Like, okay, you two go practice your lines, go practice your scenes. And I'm talking about the two main characters, Melchior and Wendola. I tell you what, if that boy's got a girlfriend, I would not be surprised if she was nosy. I would not be surprised, like, what the fuck you doing with her? What's going on here? Oh. But yeah, yeah, there are scenes in here that would probably make you laugh and make you cringe. You know, I mean, like hell, you got a kid masturbating. He's got his hands underneath his clothes and he's going at it, and on a chair, while there's people around him singing. You got two men rubbing up against each other. You got two men kissing. You got a freaking kid motorboating his piano teacher, for crying out loud. And you know, and there's also suicide in here. You know, that's another heavy subject to deal with when you're a kid. But all that, if you can get past all that, you understand that this is a great show. This is a really fun, you know, in a kind of dark sense of way. This is a really well put together show. This is there was never a dull moment. There was never a moment where I was like, can we freaking hurry this up? This is boring me. Or there was never a moment where it's like, this is some dog shit. No, this show got my attention and had it throughout the whole show. I mean, it made me laugh. It made me cry. I was literally on the verge of tears. I mean, like I was sniffling, my eyes were watering up. I was like, what the no? And then it was amazing. I mean, it also let me have a panic attack. That was the first time a play ever gave me a panic attack ever. This was a panic attack during the sex scene, and it was really crazy because I could not stand in my seat. So when I tell you this, the actors were amazing. I have to give it up to my main guy, Izzy. That's his name, by the way. Don't make fun of it. I mean, this boy's going places. All right, I've seen him act in like 2 plays already, this being one of them. And I gotta tell you something, this boy's going places. When it says here in this thing, he said, you know, Broadway, you watch me. Just watch me. He's not kidding. I guarantee you, this boy's going places. Okay, Hollywood, here's an idea. But, and not only him, you know, like, everybody. The songs were great. Everybody had a great vocal range. The set was beautiful. You know, even though it looked like a rundown factory, it was great. And the lighting was perfect. I mean, the transition sequences, and, you know, like, when it got to, like, some songs were heavy. Like, there was a song in there called You're Fucked. It's the point where, Melchior is in trouble for something. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I'm not going to spoil what it is because I've already spoiled the sex scene. You know, that's probably the one reason why you probably go to the show. But there's a point. There's like the song called "You're Fucked," and everybody starts dancing. And when it ends, everybody's either going or like, and it's just wow. What the hell am I watching? But it's awesome. I mean, I headbanged. I was headbanging throughout the whole show, throughout the whole song. I mean, and when the Moritz character got on to sing, you know, life sucks, I feel like shit, what the fuck is going on? He was going at it. He grabbed the stand, he grabbed the mic, he's like, yeah, yeah, and he's like, at one point I thought he was going to stage dive right into the audience, and it was beautiful. I mean, I would have gone up front and just started a mosh pit. right there in the front row. It would have been perfect for those scenes. But all in all, I'll say this. I mean, I had a game. Well, I shouldn't say that, you know, because it was first on Broadway, and it was very controversial when it came out. But nowadays we're like, you know, it's very touching. It's a very moving show. And let me tell you something. It is moving. It moved my ass off the seat during intermission. I was like, okay, I need a time alone. I might need a cigarette. This thing fucked my head up so bad. But it was a really nice play. It was really awesome. It's right up there with me, with musicals. It's right up there with Sweeney Todd. You know, it's one of my favorite musicals. As a Broadway show, it's right up there with Warhorse. I gotta tell you, for a college play, it is fucking awesome. I mean, these guys really did it. They really did it. And the show ended on such an amazing note. I can't keep, you know, jerking the show off anymore, you know, as the show would be. But, yeah, I have to say, this show really, really thrilled me. It wowed me. As soon as I left the theater, I could not stop talking about it. I could not. I wanted to scream it out loud. This is the best show I've seen. I'm pretty sure there's probably gonna be another one, but for right now, this show hit me, and for a show rating, I'm gonna give it a better than sex. I'm serious. As crazy as it sounds, and as much as a pun that sounds like, I loved it. I loved every second of it. I'm definitely gonna go see it again. I implore you to, if any of you see this review or if any of you hear about this show, please go see it. It is well worth $10. And plus, come on, $10. Come on, that's like a dime nowadays, man. You can just like $10, but trust me, it is well worth the ticket price, $10. It is well worth your night. Okay, bring a friend, bring a group of friends. Make it an evening to go see this show. But trust me, you will not be disappointed. You will go home satisfied and also scratching your head going, where the fuck did they find this show? But in a good way. Thank you for watching my review. Enjoy.